I've written out another question here. We have a couple of terms here in what we assume to be a geometric series. Remember, sequence is just a set of numbers. A series is when you add them up. So this would be a geometric sequence. So we have the first term, the second term, the third term, the fourth term. I'm going to call this here the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, etc. We want to find the eighth term in this sequence. So we have a number of different options. All of them seem reasonable. They all seem to have units of 3 in them. Maybe these have units of 3 in them too. One of the first things that you do with a problem like this is you find the common ratio. This is the first term. How do you find the common ratio? Well, you take the second term, divide by the first, or the third, divide by the second. Just like in a case like this. Let's say your sequence is like this. Well, you'd multiply this by 2, so your common ratio is going to be equal to 2. How do you find it? 4 divided by 2, 4 over 2, or 8 divided by 4. So we'll do the same thing here. We can take the harder numbers or the easier numbers, it doesn't matter. So we're going to take one of these and divide by this. Let's take a look at that, whichever one is easier. Let's go way down here. 1, 8, 7, divided by 6, 5, 6, 1. You take this divided by this. You could take any of these terms, whichever one's easier. You're going to get 1/3. So that's your common ratio. That's not what the question is asking. That's none of the answers here. And so I'm going to figure out what the next step is. So the common ratio is 1/3. Now we look at our formula. Remember that Tn is equal to T1 times the common ratio to the power of n minus 1. Sometimes they'll write this instead of T1, which is the first term, A being the first term. You can do either way, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go T1 here. Now we take this here, we've got the common ratio, we've got the first term, and we can multiply this all out. N is going to be 8, so we're going to make this a 7. So this is going to be equal to this first term, 59049, times the common ratio, 1/3, to the power of 7, which is just, if you want to, you could make this 3 to the power of 7 in the denominator here. If we do this calculation on our calculator, the answer here being 27. You can see the factor of 3 in each of these as well, so that they know you're going to figure this out to be 1/3. Now, figuring out which one of these it is. So this is 27. This is a fairly straightforward problem. You just have to have an understanding of how to find this formula, how to find the common ratio. So in the next video, we're going to continue on to grow with geometric sequences and series. Bye-bye.